What is up, YouTube? It's Tom from Tech Time, and here at Tech Time, we bring you all your tech all the time. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our weekly content. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. The company New Mobile sent out their newest G1. It's a smartphone, and it's an entry-level smartphone. This comes in at $99. So this is a little something different from the channel because I always focus on flagship phones. So this is going to be a tough review for me because I'm going to have to set my standards a lot lower and think of like an entry-level consumer and try to figure out if these specs work well for them. So that's what I'm going to try to do. New Mobile did send this out for me to review, but these will be my unbiased opinions. And, I'm going to try to keep it as real as possible, but I'm also trying to set my, standards to what this phone is going to be. It's a $99 phone. It's not a $900 phone, with top specs. So it's going to be a tough one for me to try to do and try to, see how well it runs when I'm so used to using faster smartphones out there, But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the best I can, and I'm going to try to give you guys, anybody who's interested in this phone, maybe for a brother or a sister or a mother or a father or a grandparent, somebody that's just getting into it, or as a backup phone, this could be a good option for just that, phone that you want to have on you in case of emergencies. Maybe you leave it in your car or things like that. This could be a great option for you guys. It has pretty good specs on paper. We'll see how they translate to real life. So this is the New Mobile G1. They also make another phone that's pretty popular. It's the G3, and that comes in around $200, and it actually seemed like it was pretty good bang for the buck. I never picked that up. I actually almost bought it last year, but I ended up passing last minute because I kind of missed the mark on it, and I felt like I was probably not going to get much views on it, so I decided to give it a skip. So this is the G1. Nice box. It's colorful. The basic specs on this are 5.7-inch HD plus screen, so that's a 1440 by 720, so lower resolution screen, but that's actually pretty good for a phone of this, entry level. It's an 18 by 9 aspect ratio. Inside, you get an MediaTek 1.3 gigahertz quad core processor, 16 gigabytes of ROM, and 1 gigabyte of RAM. You can also expand the internal storage by way of micro SD card, so you get some external storage up to 64 gigabytes. This is running Android 8.1 Go edition. So this is a reduced down version of Android Oreo. So it's going to allow this phone with lower specs to run a little bit better. You get an 8 megapixel rear camera, a fingerprint ID for payment security, things like that, dual SIM, and then 4G LTE. You're also getting a 5 megapixel front camera, and they can both shoot, I believe, in 1080p. I'm not sure about the front one, but we'll find out. And then what sounds crazy to me on a phone like this is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. That just sounds crazy. So we're going to get into it. Let's open this baby up and take a look at it. I'm going to be very surprised to see what I get for $100. Here it is. Wow, it's heavy. It's actually really, really heavy. It's pretty surprising. Pull it out of the plastic, and wow, this thing is thick. This thing is really thick and heavy. So I don't know if you can see how thick that thing really is, but it's thick. It's very, very thick. The back says new. Get your fingerprint sensor in the back. You get your flash. You get your 8 megapixel camera, and then you get a vent down here that could be a rear firing speaker. You're going to have your volume rocker on the side, your power button, and then everything's on the top. Micro USB charging and a headphone jack. Imagine that. So that's it. Comes with looks like a built-in screen protector, but actually, you're going to pull that off. So it gives you the specs on the front. Let's peel that baby off. And overall, this is a thick phone because you're getting that 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It's in that gray. It's kind of like a purplish gray, but it's not too bad. Let's get that baby turned on while we go through the book. So this will work on any GSM carrier, so T-Mobile, AT&T, all the NVMOs like Metro PCS, Cricket, things like that. Not going to work on CDMA. So you get this in Spanish. I don't know that. This right here. Thanks. Happy with the New Mobile phone. Thumbs up. Visit the New Mobile page on Amazon. Give it a review. Then it also shows you their links to the social media. Have a question or concern? It does give you a phone number right there and an email address. So we'll put those off to the side, see what else we get in the box. Now, overall, I'm pretty surprised. The build quality felt pretty good for a $100 phone. So, oh yeah, I guess you get a case in the box, a little clear case, little TPU clear case, not too bad. Wow, so for $100, you're getting quite a bit. Wow, you get actually get a tempered glass in the box also. Very surprising. So for $100, you're getting the whole setup right here. Little quick start guide. Put that off to the side. I will not be using that. And then you get your micro USB charging cable and a power brick. So all in black. Nice little touch. Little charging brick. Doesn't say anything about fast charging, so I don't assume it will be. But I don't think you're going to have to be doing much charging with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery on this phone. That's something just really let sink in, because most of these phones nowadays, these flagship level phones, don't come nowhere close to a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and then you're getting that on a smartphone like this. That's pretty remarkable if you ask me. I'm going to put all this stuff back in. Put this in and all this paperwork, and then we're going to close this box up. For now, I mentioned Android Go earlier, and that is just a stripped down version of Android. It's going to make phones with, half a gig to a gig of RAM run smoother. So that's, going to be beneficial for entry level phones. So the little clear case is on, no problem, fits good. It's weird having your charging port on the top, but hey, no issues. Down below, there we go, cut out over the microphones. Not the best. It's a little cheap clear case. Tudia does make a case for this also. You can find it on Amazon. So let's get into it. Start in English, connect to a mobile network. We'll skip that for now. I will put one in eventually. So let's get into our Wi-Fi. Let me put my password in real quick. Get into that. The haptic motor in this thing actually doesn't feel too bad. Screen looks all right. You do have some bezels, it's expected on a phone like this, and they're actually not too bad. I've seen worse bezels on other phones that are a lot newer and a lot more money. So checking for some updates, see what they got going for us. If this takes a minute, we'll cut out, and then we'll come back in a second after I get it set up. So that may be what we will do. So we're going to start as new. Just a sec. Let's get it going. Overall, this phone doesn't look too bad. It's got specs on paper for a $100 phone that makes it pretty enticing. Dual SIM, that's pretty cool. 5,000 milliamp hour battery. I'm thinking you could probably get 4 or 5 or maybe upwards of a week on this thing. That's pretty crazy. So I'm going to sign into all this stuff right now, guys, so you don't have to sit through it, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes. I'll catch you then. Okay, so we're back. I got the new Mobile G1 all set up, and I've been messing around with it a little bit. Still got some updating in the back and whatnot. So if you go into the Play Store, you're going to have a lot of things that are going to be downloading. And what they call a lot of this stuff is the Google Go Assistant. You got Maps Go. What else? You got Files Go. You got a lot of different things with the Go after it. They're just, pretty much slimmed down versions. The Google Assistant, you can't operate any home things like that, Google Home or any stuff like that. You can't set notifications, you can't set reminders, but you can set, small different things using the Google Assistant. So it's more of a slimmed down version, but most people buying this phone aren't going to be going in depth with Google Home products and things like that from this phone. So it is what it is, They're giving you what you need on this phone. I did open up the camera and play with the camera. I took 2 pictures. This is a photo of myself front facing. It's really not bad. 5 megapixel. And then we have, we'll get into it, the back camera. Not all that bad either. You're not going to win awards, but you can get by with this right here. If you give this to, one of your kids or something, they're going to be okay taking pictures with it. Boom. Pictures taken. You're in the gallery. You're good to go. So it's not bad, like I said. I've seen worse cameras on more expensive phones, to be honest. Like I said, you got a gig of RAM, so you're going to want to make sure you close apps on this phone if you're using it. or if you're giving it to somebody, they're going to want to be able to close the apps. You're not going to have a lot of apps running in the background. It's probably just going to, override them and shut them down anyways. But overall, in between, things like that, it works okay. It works pretty good for a $100 phone. I was actually pretty surprised by it. The battery life is just going to be crazy. We already know that. But it's not bad. You get in your settings, the fingerprint sensor. Let's actually check the fingerprint sensor out. Boom. It's not the fastest, but it's not the slowest. And it's accurate. Boom. Opens up. Let's go into the settings. So you get your connected devices, your apps and notifications, your battery, 91%, 5 hours and 37 minutes left, it says. I think that's screen on time. You get standby intelligent power saving, you got battery saving. You can show a bunch of different things in the battery options. You got gestures. Press the power button twice for the camera, and you get smart wake. So you can enable smart wake. You can double tap to wake, gesture the C to wake, gesture E to wake. So there's all different ways that you can wake this phone up if you want. Your display, wallpaper, things like that. Brightness level. Let's crank this baby up to 100. We got 5,000 milliamp hour battery. We don't need to worry about any of that nonsense. You get 11.94 gigabytes free. I did not download anything, so that's what comes out of the box. It says DuraSpeed. Switch on to allow apps running in the background. So pretty much right now it probably doesn't allow too much to run in the background. Let's get into maybe some YouTube. Check it out. Hear what it sounds like. What do we got here? We got For the Love of Tech. We got Rusky Tech playing some Fortnite. What else do we got going on here? Let's go to my subscriptions. A little bit of a, kind of a, like, not lag, but it takes a couple seconds to load some things up. Let's go through, see what we can get on here to play. Something with some background. Kevin the Tech Ninja, that's going to look good. Let's see what else we got. Something that's going to look good on the screen. Maybe something Jonathan Morrison related, because he's always got that fire edits. We'll go back. But look at scrolling through, no issues. Sure and be nice.
Say it, right? Even if the person or people may not disagree, I'd rather say it than at least it's there.
Lover Tech Ben is on there. And you can pinch the zoom, 18:9, there it is. 720p resolution. It's not bad. Let's turn the volume up.
Then a herd of people that want to group around someone because they want to fit in and fanboy over them or fangirl over them, right? Feeding one type of mindset.
Well, let's get out of that, because it seems like they're going ham on somebody right now. And we'll just look up some kind of like 4K. It's not going to be 4K, but it's going to give you something crispy to look at real quick. And we'll test out some of the sound. This is my go-to. I like this video right here. Get it full screen. Pinch the zoom. That's actually full all the way in. That's not bad. It's a 1440 by 1720 resolution screen. Sounds not too bad. It's a rear facing speaker. It's not bad. I've seen a lot worse displays, and for a $100 phone, it's pretty crazy that this display is on here. It's actually nice. 5.7 inches, 18:9 aspect ratio. That's original. That's zoomed in. So you're getting the new aspect ratio. Shut this down. Boom. I think this Android Go, what do we got up here? YouTube background play. You can still have background play going on. We got some updates. I think this is really nice. I'm going to test this out a little further for battery life, connectivity on my T-Mobile SIM that I'm going to throw in it. I'm going to try throwing dual SIMs in, see how that works out, because you can get dual SIM on this. But overall, man, for $100, my first impressions are pretty impressive. This thing is heavy, but you're getting a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. You probably never have to worry about charging this thing, like hardly ever. You're not going to get quick charge from what I've seen online or anything like that, but you're not going to need it because this is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, alone is going to be pretty crazy. Right now, I don't think I have any double tap, but I'll have to set that up. Fingerprint sensor. Hold it for a second. Boom. There we go. The background's nice. Man, this is a solid little phone for $100. The
only my first impressions. Obviously, I'm going to go through it a little bit more. I'm going to throw some social media things on there, play around with some emails, a couple simple things that I think people are going to be using this for. People aren't going to be editing videos on this and things like that. They're going to be watching content like YouTube. They're going to be going on their social medias, their Facebooks, their YouTubes, their Twitters, things like that. And from what I can see, this thing's going to be okay. This thing's going to be okay. For $100, you're not going to have too many issues. But this is just my first impressions, guys. So I'm going to do a little bit more diving into this baby, and I'll catch you guys later on. And when I catch you there, hopefully I give this a go. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But for $100, man, it seems like it's checking off a lot of boxes. Till next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.